Hey, what's going on, everyone? This is the Community Pod, and I am your host, Lester Class. Each and every episode is going to be filled with amazing stories from amazing people. You will hear the different journeys people went through, or are still going through, to be able to do what they love. From the failures to the successes and everything in between. This is a place to get to know the person behind their passion, because people only get to see the successes and not what it took to get there. If this is your first time tuning in, please subscribe and leave a review if you love the content. Now finally, I would love to welcome you to the Community Pod. What's going on, everyone? This is the Community Pod. I'm your host, Lester Class. Thank you for coming to another episode. I got an amazing guest in the building. I got Chefdeluxeme, probably, in my opinion, one of the best chefs and food trucks on the East Coast.
Brother.
What's going on, man? How you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing good. I'm doing great.
All right. It's good to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
Of course. So I just wanted to start off we start off by asking the guest, where are you from?
I am originally Dominican Republic. I was born there. I came here when I was 8 and lived in Perth Amboy ever since.
All right, cool. Would you be able to bring the mic a little bit closer? That's on mic. That should be good right there. All right, cool. So you said that you grew up in Perth Amboy most of your life.
Yes.
All right, cool. So I know that you're Dominican, right? We spoke a little bit off camera. How I guess there's a sense of, correct me if I'm wrong, but especially being from Central America or having family from Central America, you pride yourself on it. So how do you feel about and priding yourself in being Dominican?
100%. How do we say hasta la bandera?
Okay.
I used to have a flag everywhere, but as the time went by, it's but we represent all the time, everywhere we go.
All right, cool. So when it comes to, I didn't get into, what is it that you do? Can you tell the people what you do?
I do, mostly I do private chef experience, also with the food truck and catering as well.
Yeah, as well. Okay. So I got to say I'm not going to sit here and tell you that I've tried your food yet, but I definitely will after this video. But I know that you are very big on the East Coast. I know people that have had your food and have been nothing but great reviews and telling you you're doing a great job.
I appreciate that a lot.
So where is it that you found your passion for making food?
I actually wanted to be a cop.
Okay.
And I'm a foodie at heart. I'm one of those that would drive for food.
Okay.
I would drive places. I would drive an hour to eat something. And I was working at a culinary kitchen for about 2-3 years. And there I learned a lot, literally a lot of from the bottom type thing of what to do, how to do it, when to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And little by little, I just started liking it. And somebody there told me, oh, you should come to my house and cook for me one day, as a joke.
Yeah.
They actually brought me to the house to cook. And I did it. They liked it. And I started doing plates at my house for myself.
Yeah.
Started posting it about it, and people started liking it, enjoying it. And, oh, you should sell it to the public. And I went from there.
Okay. So, you mentioned that you wanted to be a cop before you even thought about having, making food or being a chef as a career. Why is it that you wanted to be a cop?
The being a cop thing is, since I was a little kid, I always wanted to be that. Oh, I want to be a cop. I want to be a cop. Right now, my WhatsApp picture still me, and it was a school project. And they took a picture in a cop uniform and everything. And till this day, that's my picture on my WhatsApp.
That's awesome. And do you feel like, I don't want to speak for you, but when it comes to being a cop, they protect and they serve. They serve the community, and they're supposed to create an environment that everyone feels safe, right? Is that why you wanted to do it? Yeah,
definitely. I'm always that type of person. I want to help somebody out.
Yeah.
So I feel like being a cop, or at least at that time, I felt like I could help people.
Yeah.
So, okay, that I want to be a cop.
Gotcha. And why is it so important to you to help people?
It's just in me. Literally just in me. I like to see the next person do better. I like to see people. I like to see the progress. I like to see change. I'm very big on change, and that's just me. It's just probably has my mom is the same way, probably from her, but that's how I am.
Got you. Okay, cool. And so you said that you started off by just cooking food for people and going to their house and cooking everything. What do you feel like? Because you have a food truck and everything, and I know that you do that about 3-4 times a week.
Right now it's 3. I'm trying to make it 4.
Make it 4. Okay, cool. So what is it that you enjoy more, or is there an experience that you enjoy more doing? Is it cooking inside someone's home, or doing the food truck?
Mm, so the food truck is now,
Okay.
and the food truck is just like I at first I wanted to be just like a pop up for the public because since it's a private chef experience, not everybody gets to try the food. There's somebody that doesn't want to book me to bring me to the house to do that. They just want the food.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I started the food truck.
Gotcha.
But what I enjoy to do, I just enjoy people's reaction. I love when somebody will go, "Oh, I tried this. It was amazing. That's why I'm here again." Or, "I had you at my sister's house. It was amazing. That's why I'm booking you now." Things like that. I love for the reaction. And I love to cook. I just love it.
Yeah. I feel like that's a certain, like, I feel this way. I feel like cooking and being good at it is a gift, because there are certain people that say they want to cook and they enjoy it, but you can enjoy it and not be good at it too, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of things you can enjoy doing and say you're good or try to say you're good, but the results will tell.
Exactly. So I know that, you know what I mean? So where is it that you found your, I guess, your niche and what you do for cooking? Like the how do I say, the type of food that you make?
Well, when I used to in the family get together, we used to do barbecues. At one point, they won't do the barbecue unless I'm there.
Okay.
And those type of food, things like that. And even if I go out somewhere, if I try something, I'm like, I can make this way, and let me go ahead and try it. So I'll make that my way, or I'll add something to it. I'll take something out, and then I go from there.
Got it. And so you base it off of, like, you kind of like your family are your testes. That is a crazy word to use. The people you experiment on.
Not really. Well, at first it used to be my friends. Like, they'll come over and I'm cooking. I'll be like, "Oh, today I'm gonna make this, or tomorrow I'm gonna make that," and I'll have them try. Yeah. And I like the feedback. Even to this day, I like the feedback. Yeah. If you went to the truck and you try this, and the next week you tried and it was different, I would like to know that. So I could be on top of that item. And not only that item, everything else. But in the sense of, like, I like to go by feedbacks. Got it. So when I bring my friends over and I'm cooking for them, I want them to try it. I want them to tell me this. I want them to tell me that. And so I could work with it.
Yeah, exactly. So you are, correct me if I'm wrong, but you're a perfectionist.
Yes.
You want to make sure everything's good.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Why is it so important to be a perfectionist in what you do?
Well, and what I do is, you want people to keep coming back. So let's say if your high selling item is this, and it's out of nowhere, it's going downhill because you switched it up and people don't like it. The way you switched it up, people don't like it. And for some reason, you want to make sure you pick it back up. Then you're not going to have people coming through you, through to try. And you want to keep the same taste. You want to make it better.
Got it. And what was your experience when you first started and was like, all right, let me take this seriously and let me, I guess, get a reach on Instagram or social media as well?
I was very private on social media.
Okay.
Very, very private, because I wanted to be a cop. So, when you're a cop, you want to stay away from social media, things like that. Like, I'm telling you, I was very, very private. I'm talking about 200 followers on Instagram. And I kept it that way. But then I was doing a barbecue, and one of my friends was like, "Yo, open up your Instagram. Let's start." And because I used to always post on Snapchat, which I don't even use Snapchat at all. And I'll open up your Instagram. Let's start posting things about this. And then I opened it up, and then people started reposting, things like that, and then it went from there.
Got you. And, like, to see your growth. So wait, before we get into growth, how long have you been doing this? How long have you been doing it, I guess, professionally?
I don't know what to call professionally, because till this day I don't call it professionally. Okay. Because it's what I do and what I love. It's really like I'm going with the flow. I'm still going with the flow. I feel things like, I could change this, I could change that. But I want to say right before the pandemic hit, that's when I started going to people's houses. Okay. Right before, and to me that was like strange. Going to somebody's house is personal. Yeah, very, very personal. So somebody takes you there for a dinner for 2, a dinner for 20. It's like they'll welcome you into their home. So in the beginning of right before pandemic, literally right before pandemic. I did a couple events, and then pandemic hits, I stopped. Then when it was like regular time to go back out and stuff, then I started again.
Gotcha.
So 2020 around there. But I was cooking way before that, of course.
Got it. So to take away, like, you said that you were private, that you didn't really expand yourself and make it to where you are right now at that point because you wanted to be private. You were pursuing something else. Do you feel like you are happy with what you did when it comes to being a chef?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, this is my life.
Mm-hmm.
This is literally my life. Like I wake up, it's something has to do with me cooking that day. And if not me cooking that day, it's me getting ready to cook for the next day.
Gotcha. And what does that feel like? Because there's a lot of people that don't get the capabilities or don't pursue their passions, right? What does it feel like to wake up every day and do what you love?
Sometimes it's tiring because it's not easy. It's literally not easy. It may seem easy. You go through a lot of stress. You go through a lot. Like it may seem so easy, but it's a lot of work. And how I said before, I want to be professional. I want this to look like this. I want this to be right. So I got to make sure I do it right. I got to make sure if I have to do, let's say, if I got to prep something on time, I got to make sure, I got to prep. With the food truck, it's not only about prepping. You're prepping, then you got to clean the food truck from the day before or the day of.
Gotcha.
I make sure the food truck is clean before I open. I do not open up with a dirty food truck. It's just me. I don't do it.
Mm-hmm.
I really won't do it. If the food truck is dirty, I'm not opening. So and you want to open early.
Mm-hmm.
So you got to make sure the team is ready early. You got to make sure all your prep is ready. You got to make sure the truck is clean. So it takes a lot.
Gotcha. And what do you feel like are some misconceptions about what you do?
In what sense?
In what sense? Okay. By that I mean, like, some people would look at your Instagram, right, and be like, oh, that looks, that they'd be like, oh, he's cooking. I can cook and do that too. You know what I mean? Do you feel like that's completely wrong about how much work that goes behind all those Instagram posts and all those hours you spend countlessly doing what you're doing?
I don't pay attention to people, bro. I really don't.
Okay.
I can't.
Yeah.
If I try to pay attention, it's only gonna slow you down. I can't pay attention to people, and I just keep it rolling.
Yeah. And, like, what advice would you give to somebody that they are getting opinions that are negative, and they sometimes the negative opinions can sometimes get to them?
Put it behind you, let it push you. Literally, put it behind you, let it push you. Give you energy. And if it's something negative in a way that could help you, like they said, oh, you're doing this wrong, or this person is doing that wrong, try to do it right then. But don't put too much mind to it. Because if you do, you're gonna fall off. You're gonna go where you're not supposed to.
Exactly. And so, what does it feel like? Do you ever look at, like, your Instagram following now and go, this feels surreal to me?
Yes and no.
Okay.
Like, because it depends. I do events for a lot of different people. And you could think the person I did an event one time. The lady had 400 followers, private page. I did an event for her. I got so many followers that day. But it's not like I don't be on it so much. But yes, when I reach like, oh, today I reached this much, today I reached that much. It's like, oh, wow, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
And sometimes I do event for high-end people, and they'll post me. Or I think it's high-end people, and they'll post me. And the feedback is not like high or whatever. So it's not like I pay attention to it, but I don't.
Mm-hmm.
But I make sure that whatever I post is informative information about my business. What I post is something that people want to see, what I think people want to see, and make sure I keep my page consistent.
Got it. And I got to say, from, like, I know that we've only been here for so long, but you pride yourself on a lot of things. You pride yourself on cleanliness. You pride yourself on having everything ready, making sure that everyone, that when they go online, it's not unprofessional, where, like, you go to your page and you know it's about food.
Yeah.
How important is priding yourself and making sure that everyone knows how serious you take your craft?
When you walk into a room and people see your demeanor, like the way you are and what you're about, you wanna like let them know the very moment. You don't want them to go on your page and be like, maybe I gotta look further. Maybe I gotta find no. Once they see your page, wow, dude, this is legit. So, you want to make sure right off the back, like, oh, he takes pride in his stuff.
All right, cool. And I have to ask, where did the name come from, Chef Deluxe?
A gamer tag. It was deluxe. It was no. So the first gamer tag, it was the Beast 809.
Okay.
809 is the DR area code.
Okay.
After that, I was El Majimbe 809.
Okay.
And then after that, it was Deluxe Kid.
Okay.
Then my Instagram was Deluxe Kid. Then I took off the kid and I put Deluxe Me because I was no longer a kid.
Mhm.
And then when I was doing an event for a model, and she posted on Instagram. At that point, it literally was just Deluxe Me.
Mhm.
It wasn't Chef Deluxe.
Uh,
I did an event for the model, and when she posted the food and the experience, it looked like she was literally on dinner with me.
okay.
It didn't look like I was cooking for her.
Yeah.
So I was like, no, I gotta put chef in front of it because that's what you said before. Like, I don't think I was at that point. I didn't think like, oh, I'm a chef. I just thought that I was doing this for her because I liked it.
Yeah. And how do you? So in the beginning of all this, right? Was there any like I guess like roadblocks or obstacles that you faced when you wanted to start your food truck or you wanted to take this craft and making food seriously?
So before the food truck, it was mostly like going to people's houses and doing caterings, things like that. It was between opening like a storefront or a food truck.
Gotcha.
I went looking at a couple food trucks and I thought of how would it be? What's the difference comparing? Opening a storefront, you have an overhead that you must be open at least 6 days in order to like make that limit.
Yeah.
And with me, I just want to be a pop-up thing. I want to, I'm here, I'm there type thing. And I said food truck it is. But I bought my food truck, the first food truck I bought, it was 3 years ago.
Okay.
Like literally 3 years ago. For a whole year, I was like, they were building it the way I wanted it, started building it the way I wanted it all. And when I wanted to bring it out, I was ready to bring it out. I went to my hometown, and they gave me a big thing. Oh, look, you have to do all this to get it. I like filled out the application, handed it in, had to hand it in, whatever. Never heard a call back. I was calling, nothing from nobody. And then I went to Woodbridge. When I was ready, I went to Woodbridge and I did all the process. I did the inspection and things like that. I'm like, okay, so this seems easy. So I took all those paperwork to Port Ambo. And I said, look, I did this in Woodbridge. I really don't want to be here. I want to be in Ambo, my hometown. And I said, okay, let's work with you. Let's see what we can do. We got spots open now. The first time I went around, they didn't have spots open.
Gotcha.
And Port Ambo has limited spots for food truck.
Okay.
You cannot just park anywhere.
Got it.
So then I'm like, damn, it's really this hard to open up a food truck. And then when I went around again, then they said, oh, we have this spot and this spot. Which one you want? I picked a spot. Then we did the whole inspection again, background check, all that. And then once I was set, ready to go, I was like, okay, it's time.
Got it. So what do you feel like is the hardest part about the whole process?
All the paperwork.
Paperwork?
Yeah, paperwork, permits. Anywhere you go, they're going to give you a headache with the permits, things like that.
Gotcha.
But other than that, like getting what you needed, setting it up the way you want it, that's not really hard. You got to invest, of course. You have to invest. It's not something like, oh, yeah. If you see my truck, everybody that goes, oh, wow, look at this truck. And it's not something that out of this world, but it's just the way I created it, the way I did it, or I set it up this way. I wanted this all the way. I wanted this here. I want that there. It's not like out of the place. Like you literally, if you see a working line, it literally goes down the line and then out the window.
No, I think it's amazing. You know what I mean? Like I think that sometimes, like, do you feel like you ever get the time to give yourself the credit that you deserve? No.
I don't give myself. I haven't had a vacation since my birthday.
Okay.
And I feel like I need to go. And every time I say, oh, I'm gonna set time aside, I look at my schedule. I got something booked. Every time just today, I want to redo something on my truck, but to redo is gonna take like 3 days. So that means I have 3 days that I can have the food truck open. I look at my schedule, and it's no time soon. It's like probably August. But I have to make it happen because it's my main thing, which is the window at the truck.
Yeah.
Right now, it's like uncomfortable for me.
Okay.
It's not really uncomfortable. I just want to make it a better way. You know, you want to change things.
Yeah.
So, it's gonna take me like 3 days to do it. I don't want to be closed for 3 days. Not for me, not for the public. It's just like, closed for 3 days. You're like messing up the cycle.
Exactly. And so I asked you what the hardest part about the whole process, right? So what is your favorite part of this whole process throughout the entire time you've been a chef?
Oh, being a chef in general.
Mm-hmm. Or your experiences as you became Chef Deluxe.
My favorite part.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's something new every day.
Yeah.
But the compliments, like me being able to build the food truck.
Yeah.
Me being able to bring it out. Every time something big happens, every time something nice happens, it's like that. It makes me proud.
Mm-hmm.
Like, wow, we did it.
Yeah.
Or even if with something, I get nervous a lot when I go to do either probably something big or what I think is big or probably a client that I think is a picky client. And then when I go do it, they enjoy it. They book me the same day for something else.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah.
I'd be like, wow, that's dope.
Yeah. And I gotta say, like, sometimes it's hard for me to say congratulations at the end because I'm hearing your success. So congratulations on everything. So when it comes to being a chef, is there anything that you want to put in place that you haven't already?
In my menu wise or
menu or like maybe social media marketing or anything.
Yeah, I haven't had a chance. I have a lot of ideas. I'm very creative. That I haven't had a chance to sit down and do it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've been having the same chef menu for 2 years.
Okay.
Which I said every 3 months I said I was going to change it, and I could change it. I could do different things, but just the fact that I can't. I feel like I don't have the time to sit down to rewrite a new menu, to remake one and post it, things like that. And I'm talking about the private chef menu. That's one thing. Another thing is even in the truck, I want to bring out like a nice crazy item, but I want to be the one making it.
Okay.
But right now, I don't want to be like, I don't want to make it and have somebody else do it. I want me to make. I want it to come out of me all the time.
Gotcha. And where do you feel like you found? I've interviewed a lot of people, right? And they all give me the same answer. And I wanted to ask, have you been able to find the balance in all of this? Balancing the food truck life and everything?
No, there's no balance in my life. There's no balance in my life. Well, what I was able to do this year that I didn't do last year, that was an excuse last year, and I'm going to say it was an excuse, is me going to the gym.
Okay. And
it's needed. It's literally needed. Last year, I'll be tired from the food truck, and then I'll be extra tired the next day. And mind you, last year I had more break because I wasn't having the food truck full and like I am now. Okay. I could open up the food truck today and then open it again tomorrow. Last year that was hard for me. Yeah. It's more preparation, better, more prepared. But now, last year it was an excuse for me to go to the gym. Now what I do is I make sure I get the team properly cleaning their own station, so I could just go park the truck, put everything away, and head to the gym. Gotcha. Last year it was I go park the truck, power wash the truck every day. Gotcha. I learned that now I don't have to power wash. With proper cleaning, I don't have to do all that. But so that's one balance I was able to do this year with the food truck.
All right, and I wanted to get into like a little bit more like of a touchy subject if you're okay with it. But I feel like there's a lot of you that is very like honorable and commendable when it comes to how prideful you are in what you do, how much you take every aspect of this passion of yours seriously. Do you feel like there's anything in life that you've experienced that has made you this kind of person? Like experiences.
I don't know. I've always been like very hard, very, very hard work. Always. Anything I do, I was always determined. Or I will always like give it my all. And if I'm not going to give it my all, I won't try it. Okay. And so, like an experience that made me, I don't know. But ever since my grandma died, I kept it more like, I kept that to like block it off no, I miss her and everything, but it's like, I don't want to think about that she's not here. mind you, she passed away the same day. I went and did an event.
Wow.
And that event, there was a video done that event, and I posted that event when I was in DR while we were burying her in DR, like when we with all the process.
Yeah.
I posted that when I was out there, and the amount of love people gave me was so dope. So it was like, look, it's like, because what was I gonna do that day? I was like, let me go do my thing, come back to the house, and we'll get settled and we'll do everything we have to do. But yeah, I keep myself busy to not like having to think about she's not here.
Exactly. Yeah. And I feel like that also, it kind of motivated you, because I feel like sometimes people don't understand how serious like something like that is, because I look at for me personally, I look at death as in like I've experienced it, and it's just the fact that I've appreciated life more. Yeah. And every day that I'm able to breathe, every day that I'm able to wake up is a blessing. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
So you have to wake up, and do you feel like that kind of like made you like, okay, like I have to make every day count?
Definitely, yeah. I have a to-do list. Every day I have a to-do list.
Okay.
Like I have a schedule, a to-do list. Let me tell you, if I wake up and I don't accomplish something, it could be like a day off, and I don't get something done. I feel like I was useless that day. I'm not way. Like I literally probably could pull up something even probably from today or from to-do list. Let me see what I had. Yeah, call fire and health department for tomorrow, and do a couple of things for tomorrow. But I have to have a to-do list. Otherwise, I feel like I'm useless if I don't have it.
You took the words right out of my mouth, because there's days like, and it sucks because when it comes to doing this podcast, if someone cancels, right, I have to, I sit there and I'm like, all right, now I have nothing else to do for the day. If I don't do anything today, I'm going to be in a shitty mood the entire day. I'm going to feel like I did nothing, and I hate that. You know what I mean?
I'm for real. I'm like that. I feel like oh, I wasted a whole day. I have felt like there's times that if I didn't do anything, it could have been a rest day. Mm-hmm. But I don't know how to rest. He always telling me, yo, you need rest. You need a rest. You need a vacation. You need this. I just don't know how to rest.
Yeah. And I feel like that's a blessing, and then it can also be something that can affect you. You know what I mean? Because I'm the same way. If I'm not working on my rest days, then what am I doing? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because I feel like I'm young and I have so much time, and this is the time where I'm going to have to learn, and I'm going to have to learn quick. And I got to be ahead of the person, above me or whatever it is. And so I completely agree with you. And I also feel like people like us, or people that are hard workers and they grew up hard workers, we do have to find a little bit of time to understand that we do deserve time to relax sometimes. Maybe
we got to schedule 10 minutes. Vacation or something, but it's just hard. Like even when I used to drive trucks, let's say there's another route available and I'm tired, I'm picking it up and I'm gonna do it.
So you drove trucks before?
I own them too.
Jesus Christ.
I don't, but that's on the back burner right now. I don't even pay attention to that. It was like a long run. My one baby, I drove that one, and I was like, now I don't even see them no more.
Yeah.
But my life was like literally, I'll leave my house like at 10 o'clock at night. Probably next day I'll get home probably in a good day. I get home by 5 in the morning, 8 in the morning. And there was some days that I'll leave at 10, come back the next day at 8 p.m., take a 2-hour nap, shower, head out again. I used to do that back then.
Yeah, I understand that because my dad's a trucker. Right now he's an owner operator, so I understand that. He was barely home. There was no time for him to relax. It was just on the road, get back to work. Mm-hmm. So that only says more about your character. The fact that you are willing to give up sleep to get to the I feel like you have an end goal. There's something that you want. So what is that? What is it that you want in life?
It's just funny. Well, right now I just want to purchase my house right now. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I just love working, bro. I really don't. I don't have like a goal like, oh, I want to buy this, I want to buy that. But I love working. Mm-hmm. I do. I really do.
And do you feel like there's our generation now, right? Kids growing up, they're not as motivated.
No, they like it the easy way.
Mm-hmm.
And it's annoying because you see them over here being flashy, buying this, buying that. And us working hard, we can't even do it. Couldn't go on vacation.
No, and I feel like it's sad to say, but it's gonna kick them in the ass eventually. You know what I mean? And they're gonna end up seeing it. And the reason I created this podcast is so hopefully it reaches the right audience and it reaches the kids that understand that everything in life you need to work for.
Mm-hmm,
you know what I mean?
Definitely.
So how proud are you of yourself, right? Because I don't feel like like you said, you don't really give yourself that credit sometimes. How proud of yourself are you that you've been able to create this successful passion of yours, and the world is, I would love to say the world is enjoying it.
I'm very proud, definitely very, very proud. But like I said before, I don't see it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see the way people might see it.
Mm-hmm.
But no, I love it.
Yeah. Okay, so I want to ask you, what is it that inspires you to do what you're doing?
Inspire me. Well, I get dishes. I get inspired in different ways. Hardworking. Probably my dad and my uncle. They always been hard worker. I always follow their lead. But I just keep on going.
Got it. And so with cooking and everything like that, is there a specific dish that you do enjoy making more than the other?
Steak, mac and cheese, sauces, different sauces.
Okay. So you mentioned off camera that you make the mac and cheese. You just said you enjoyed making it,
but
you don't like it.
Not eating it. Not that I'm not a big fan of it.
Yeah.
I probably could eat it, but I'm not gonna sit there and like, oh yeah, let me make mac and cheese for myself.
Gotcha.
Or let me order mac and cheese. But I did order mac and cheese the other day at Buffalo Wild Wings to see. But
Gotcha.
I was hungry.
I hear you. Sometimes you order something that you don't really like. You just gotta eat. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Gotcha. And so when coming up with because some people don't realize how much it goes into just a business in general. So what was it like getting a logo and then knowing that this is the logo for you?
It's funny because my logo, I have 2 logos.
Okay.
Or 3 if you want to. It's a Chef Deluxe private catering, which is how I started.
Okay.
Then it was a Chef Deluxe food truck.
Okay.
And then the Deluxe way.
Gotcha.
But the way Chef Deluxeme private catering was that the first flyer I ever created for a pop-up that I did,
Mm-hmm.
that's the way he had it. So I asked the dude that built the flyer, like, yo, let me get that. Let me get the name.
Gotcha.
So he sent me the file, and I kept it, and then we just the same dude edited it a couple of times, and then we swapped it over to food truck.
Got you. And I know you mentioned earlier that you had your food truck at one spot originally, then you wanted to come back to Perth Amboy, right? Why? What was the importance of coming back to Perth Amboy?
Well, I never fully opened it there. I got all
Okay.
the permits and everything for there, but I never opened the truck there to the public there.
Okay.
But I needed to be in hometown because the hometown is where the Perth Amboy has got me where I'm at.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's supporting. Like when I did my first pop up ever, when the flyer came out and we posted it, I was like, "Who are these people?" But thank you. Not for like I didn't know them. I was like, "Oh, But then I saw the importance about supporting each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally, like it helps a lot.
Gotcha. And what does that feel like to get support from people you don't know?
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's nice, and I like to give it back.
Yeah.
I like to support back. Like always. If somebody's trying out, they're coming out with plates, or they're doing this, they're doing that, I'll go buy it. I'll post it. Of course, if it's good, I'm not gonna post it. Not for nothing. I just don't want somebody. Oh, look, he posted it, and I tried, but it wasn't good.
Got you.
Make sure your credibility is good.
Yeah.
And I have got messages from those people that I posted saying, "Oh, so and so came here because you sent them," or "Oh, I went there because you sent them."
Gotcha. And is there a specific moment when being a chef that is stuck as a memory to you that was one of the best moments of being a chef?
Reactions.
People
reactions on trying my food, or me creating something like, wow, this is good.
Mm-hmm.
But something like that, yeah.
Got you. And to look back, as you know, I would say the little Chef Deluxe before it was Chef Deluxe. Do you think he would believe that you are where you are right now and doing what you're doing? No.
No, because when I was the little chef, I wanted to be a cop, so I thought I was going to be a cop.
Like, it was just like, this is what I'm gonna do. Like, when, like, I just find that crazy because they're completely different fields, completely. But I feel like in some ways you're able to bring aspects that you wanted to apply to being a cop to be creating food.
Well, leadership.
Exactly.
Leadership is all around. Anything you want to do, you got to make sure you have leadership and principles, principles. But, yeah, like you said, they're completely different. But it goes. I feel like there's a lot of cops out there that when on their off days, they do something. They'll, like, try to chef something up for the family or something like that.
Got it.
But, yeah.
All right. And would you consider, when you said, all right, when there was a day that you said, okay, I'm going to be a chef, right? Do you feel like that was a risk? Because, you know, it's not one of those, I guess, a stability job that many would call it, where you are taking a passion, and when a lot of people are taking their passion, there's a risk involved, whether you're going to make it or whether you're not.
It wasn't more a risk. It more was like an investment.
Yeah.
When I started buying pots and pans and tools, I'm like, this is expensive. Like, you think I have so much pots that like the Teflon ones, or I have a set of pots sitting in my basement, brand new in the box, that I bought it off. I was in Costco, and the dude was, this non-scratch, blah, blah, blah. I was afraid of using it because of that. And it's still sitting. They're expensive. They're still sitting in my basement. But it was more like an investment, more than like, oh, is this really worth it? Should I buy this? Should I buy that?
Mm-hmm.
But it's also like your image too.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta buy, like, oh, you gotta have the nice apron. You can't go raggedy you have a nice chef shirt, things like that. So it's more like, it's not a risk. Mm-hmm. Well, it's the same thing. It's like a risk, but it's more like you're investing.
You're investing in it.
And was I afraid of not making it? No, because I wasn't doing it. At first, I wasn't doing it to make it to be a chef. I like cooking, and I wanted to learn with different tools and things like that.
Got it. And what advice would you give to someone that is trying or thinking about following their passion?
In general, just keep going.
Okay.
Keep on going. Don't stop. Get inspired. Don't stop. Keep going.
And what about, so let's go in specific, a chef. What advice would you give to a fellow chef?
Make sure your taste is right. Have your friends, your close one, taste it. Be like, yo, be honest with me. You think this is salty? You think this is too spicy? You think you need... Make sure, you get that down packed. After that, start cooking, not for free. Don't cook for free. But if you're cooking for your friends and family and they like it and it's really good, make sure they support and share your stuff. Because, word of mouth is how to get out there. Even for restaurants, make sure you do clean work, something that you could post. Even if it tastes good, but it might not look good, don't bother posting it.
Okay, cool. So I do have a question. This is questions particular to you, right? Have you ever thought about doing an event or going out to the Dominican Republic and doing something out there?
Yes.
Yeah?
I want to do something like I want to cook to give back out there.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to do something like an event, like, oh, I'm here doing this. But it's different. I'm not saying that I'm scared of doing it. It's just because everywhere I go, I want to take the mac and cheese.
Mm-hmm.
Mac and cheese and DR don't mix.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, at least that's what I think. But yeah, I would love to.
Okay. So some of the questions I'm about to ask right now are very for everyone kind of questions. So what is the meaning of life to you?
The meaning of life. Be happy. Even if you're not trying to, but be happy, do what you like, keep going. Yeah.
All right. And I think that little thing that you said right there was perfect, though, because some people don't understand that I don't want to say faking a smile, but let's just say you're in a really bad mood, right? Mm-hmm. There's times where, like, I'm in a bad mood, but I'll just do something to make myself laugh, and then the whole mood changes. Yeah,
and even it's not even you. Somebody else could be having a bad mood, and that's why, like, when I went to an academy that everywhere you go, you have to say good morning, good evening, good afternoon, blah, blah, blah. You don't know the next person's mood. You could open the door for somebody, they'll be like, oh, good morning, and that person's having a bad day. Oh, wow, so-and-so, that person said hi to me. Or they said good morning to me. You know, it could be a little click to somebody, like, oh, okay, maybe I should kill my mood switch and let's be happy.
Mm-hmm. And with that, like, there's another question I want to ask, right? Is there something in life that keeps you up at, like, how do I say this? When it comes to your craft and your passion, right? Do you ever feel like there's nights where you don't sleep because of how much you love it and it's all that you think about?
Oh yeah, I barely sleep. I literally barely sleep, and then I got, like, right now I'm going to the gym late. I go to the gym late.
Okay.
Gym is 24 hours. I go and I get home like at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. Okay. I have to shower, go to sleep, wake up early the next day. But yeah, it's a lot behind the scenes to do. That you gotta prep early. The next event is early, so I stay up late a lot and I barely sleep.
Got it. And I wanted to ask, my bad. How important is it to do something that you love in life?
Very important, man. You gotta give it your all. It's important to give it your all because at the end of the day, that's what you like. Mm-hmm. That's what you enjoy doing. So if you go there, let's say, whatever it is that you do in life, and you go there, you don't give it your 100%, how can you be happy about it? No, there's no way to be happy about it if you don't push yourself. Try new things. Let's do it this way today. Let's do it that way today. You know.
Yeah. So we are coming close to the end. I have 2 more questions for you. This is a new question that I've implemented to my recent guest because I feel that many times people ask you, what advice would you give, or what would you advise your younger self for what's to come, right? Or advice for them to do better, or whatever the case may be, right? My question to you is the complete opposite. What message would you give to your future self?
To my future self, be prepared. Where do I want to see myself? Mostly along the line of are you ready for this? Are you ready for what I got for you? Because it's my future. Mm-hmm. You got changes coming your way. Accept them. And yeah, go with the flow, but make sure you're on top of everything.
All right. I think he's going to be on top of everything because you're on top of everything now.
That's right.
Last but not least, what do you want the world to know about Chef Deluxe?
Come try my food. Come try my food. That's it.
All right.
Come by and have my food. It's a vibe on top of everything else. Yeah, just be positive.
All right, cool. So we are at the end. Thank you so much for being on.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. But last but not least, the camera is now all yours. If there's anything you want to say, advice you want to give, anything that wasn't mentioned, something you got going on, this is your opportunity to do so.
Make sure you break all your fears. Anything you're scared of, don't be scared of it. It sounds stupid to say, but break that fear. Push yourself. Give it your all, and be 100% everywhere you go.
All right, cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my outro. Once again, Chef Deluxe, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. It was a pleasure.
Of course. This is the Community Pod. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're watching on audio platforms, please leave a review. It helps me get pushed so other people can see the podcast. If you're watching on YouTube, please do the post notifications. Also, leave a like, leave a comment, tell me your favorite part. And last but not least, if you're new here, welcome to the Community Pod. And for the people that have stuck around and watched all the episodes, or even just a few, I just want to say I appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in, and there's so much more to come. Thank you, and have a good one. Peace.